Arab royal families. Females are raped by their husbands, treated as animals. For the past several months, Jordanian Princess Haya Bint Hussein has been at the top of news centering her fleeing Dubai and seeking asylum in Britain. Although her asylum plea has already been rejected and Amman has appointed her as the Deputy Chief of Mission in London, there are indications that the United Kingdom may not accept to host Princess Haya as a diplomat under the circumstances. As an alternative, Princess Haya could be reappointed as Jordan's permanent representative to the United Nations or its ambassadors to Qatar. Earlier, global media had covered the news about Sheikha Shamsa and Sheikha Latifa, daughters of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Recently, it was reported by this newspaper that Sheikha Latifa bint Maktoum was brutally murdered inside the palace by the female maids and secretly buried inside the premises of Zubair Palace. Authorities in Dubai have not said anything about these reports. Meanwhile, from our sources in the Middle East, it is learned that most of the female members are notoriously treated by their husband while they are regularly raped and physically tortured. Similar things are happening with these spouses of wealthy and even poor Arab men. Most importantly, although Islam's holy scripture allows a man of marrying up to 4 women, most of Arab rulers are violating this Quranic rule and having a large number of wives and concubines. In the Arab royal families, having dozens of concubines or comfort women are a regular phenomenon, while many of the wealthy Arab men, including the members of the royal families, even keep female sex slaves for meeting their various types of perversions. According to experts, keeping concubines or sex slaves are very much a part of Arab culture. Girls and women probably made up the majority of the sex slave population in the medieval Islamic world, most of them used for domestic service and sex slaves, as men were legally permitted to have sexual relations with their female slaves. Enslaved women could be used for sexual service. Erotic compendia and sex manuals were popular literature in pre-modern Islamic world and are potentially rich sources for the history of sex slavery, especially when juxtaposed with legal writings. This article uses Arabic sex manuals and sex slave purchase manuals from the 10th to the 12th century to investigate the attitudes towards sexual slavery during this period, as well as the changing ethnicities and or origins of slaves and the use of legal manipulations. Arabs have a tendency of having physical relations with the young virgins, mostly before they reach their puberty. In Iran, minor girls are pushed into sex trade by the mullahs, while they even trade into minor girls, including breastfeeding infants, with wealthy men. Most of the rich and affluent Arab sheikhs, as well as members of the ruling royal families, deflower as many as possible girls before they marry an Arab girl. This culture is very much in practice in the Arab rich societies, which is considered to be a test of vigor of the men before they marry an Arab female. During each of the such deflowering, private celebrations are held inside the 4 walls of the palaces to rejoice the vigor of the male member of the privileged families. After the deflowering ceremony, these girls may remain as sex slave of a first man for several weeks or months, or may be offered to remaining male members of the families who would continue to abuse the girl for some time, thus finally letting the girl return to her home country with lots of cash in possession. In addition to bringing in girls from various nations to the harems of Arabs, riches and royals, there is also a trend of homosexuality, sodomy with minor boys, pre-pubescent boys, who were also brought into these Arab countries with numerous excuses. Homosexuality is a part of Arab culture for centuries. Though officially most of the Muslim clergies in non-Arab countries consider sodomy as a sinful act, it is common in practice in most of the Arab nations. According to a survey, Arab women, similarly as Western women, offer anal sex to their male partners and husbands on a regular basis in addition to vaginal sex. But in most cases, the sex dolls or sex slaves brought from abroad are forced to offer anal sex to their masters after they are deflowered by the same men or others. Perverted Arab prefer sodomy instead of straight sex in most cases. As a result, the number of suppressed cases of HIV positive within oil-rich Arab sheikhs or royals are no small in number.